welcome to Knit 1.
Heart 2. Episode 60.
Yay. I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37 on just about everything.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wendy on Ravelry and Penny Wendy 2 on some other stuff. On everything else. I don't know why.
I've been sticking with Sheila D37 whenever I have to now.
I try to stick to Penny Wendy, but sometimes I use Penny Wendy and then I forget the thing, and when I try to do it again, I have to create a new username, so it's Penny Wendy 2. But you can be pretty sure if you do Penny Wendy and I'm not responding, try Penny Wendy 2 because I might have 2 accounts.
Just want to say hi to everyone who's friended me on Goodreads.
Oh, yay, Goodreads.
Yeah.
I haven't friended you because I never go on Goodreads. I gotta go on.
I've only been going on recently because
I get the recommendations all the time. Like I get a notification whenever I have recommendations, but I'm lazy. I haven't been on.
I've been doing it because it's been keeping track of my many books that I've been reading.
It's a good idea.
I've been reading quite a few, so.
And we have 875 members on the RAP group.
All right.
Hey.
Welcome to any new viewers. If you're watching us for the first time, thanks for checking us out. And welcome back to any returning viewers. Thanks for coming back each week. We appreciate it.
And I have an apology to make to Dingle Daisy, who contacted me about a prize that we drew for her the week after the episode after I had my surgery. So like 5 days after my surgery. And I got a PM from her and I responded to it. I said, "You're all set." And I just forgot about it. I'm sorry. I'm blaming it on the heavy pain medication.
That was also a weird recording because that was when we forgot to actually draw the names for the prize. That was for the neck knit
Let's just say that I wasn't operating on all 6 cylinders and Sheila wasn't operating on all, because you had been awake. I think you had worked the night before.
Probably. It might have been a double shift.
It was not a good situation.
Excuses aside.
Dingle Daisy, I am really sorry.
It will be going in the mail today.
It is going in the mail today. Absolutely. I have it ready to go, and Sheila's going to drop it off right after we record. So my huge apologies, and thank you for letting us know that we totally neglected you because... Ugh. All right, so I feel better. I feel a little better now.
We don't like to do that.
No.
So I think it's my turn to go?
Yes.
You want to see my progress on my Jerry the Musical Monkey?
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. This is the beginning of an ear. I'm doing Jerry the Musical Monkey by Rebecca Danger. And I realized when I pulled it out that he is stored in a sock monkey bag.
Oh, so in the musical monkey bag.
And I've been keeping this for whatever stuffing I need. So, yeah,
Did our friend make you that bag?
Our friend did, indeed.
It's nice.
And these are his arms. For a second there, I thought I lost one. I couldn't find one.
Oh, God.
It was in the back of bottom. He has his body with his mouth getting ready. Right here somewhere.
Right there.
And then...
Afterthought mouth.
He has his ear. So I gotta make 2 of these.
And 2 arms.
2 legs.
Oh, those are arms.
Those are arms.
Oh,
2 legs. And the stuffing. And then I have to pick up...
Does he have a tail?
Oh, sugar, yes he does. All right.
Sorry to rain on your parade, dude.
I don't think I'll be doing Jerry the Musical Monkey too many times. It's too many pieces.
Is it an I-cord tail?
No, I don't think so.
You should just make it an I-cord tail, my friend.
You know, it might not be a bad idea because I'm doing this smaller than I think typical people do it in the worsted weight, where I'm doing it smaller.
Yeah.
So I have to see how many stitches. If it's only a few amount of stitches, then I might just do it because certain things are going to look too big. But yeah, Jerry the Musical Monkey's kicking my butt because there's too many pieces. I'm not used to these too many pieces. I like,
knit in one piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like our Baubles and Bling is 3 pieces, right?
Yeah, that's so much better. And it could be less if you really wanted it to be. I don't know. We'll tell you during Baubles and Bling. Something to look forward to.
More than 3. More than 3. But anyway, so I am working on him. He will be done next week because I'm not casting on anything else until he is.
Good. That's a good plan.
So I think I'm going to become a monogamous knitter.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll never be
Probably not, now that I think about it. I'll probably have at least 2 things on the needles, depending on what I knit, because I want to do I'm going to do the French press slippers.
Yeah. And
then I want to do a scarf type deal, and that may not be something I can do mindless.
Well, you should have seen me this week, because literally I'd knit for like an hour on one thing, put it down, get the other bag. I worked on everything.
Really?
Yes, and I was like making the rounds.
See, the problem for me is this reading thing is really getting in my
way.
Because the last 2 nights I've worked, I haven't No, that's not true. One night I didn't work. I didn't knit at all. I read.
Oh. So what else do you have on the needles?
That's it.
That's it?
That's all I have on the needles. I have an ear. I have an ear.
Oh my God. All right. So I guess it's my turn. I have lots of stuff on the needles. None of it's done.
French pressed.
You should have
said I had that on there. The problem I didn't is it's not wound up.
Well, on this week on the needles, I'm still working on the Brachiosockus sock by Becca Evans, and I showed you the one sock that I finished. Those are the dinosaurs. You can see I still haven't woven the ends in, and I may never because I'm wearing socks right now that don't have the ends woven in. And last week's episode, I was wearing socks that did not have ends woven in because I'm lazy. So this was kindly gifted to me by the designer, Becca, and it is $3 on Ravelry. $3 on Ravelry. I am knitting it on US 1.5, 2.5 millimeter needles. Except that I did the color work on a 2.5 because the first time I did the color work, it was so tight I couldn't get over my heel. Even though the instructions explicitly warned me to do it loose, and even though I thought I was knitting really loosely, I needed to go up the 2 needle sizes. I think you can tell that I went up a needle size, but I like it.
It's cute. I like it.
It's really cute.
Comes out nice.
Yeah, I like it. The contrast, the sock yarn is the I Love Fred self-striping sock yarn. I Love Fred colorway and the self-striping sock yarn from Canon Dye Works that I bought through Proverbial Knitters. She did a fundraiser for an animal shelter.
Yeah, $10 went to an animal shelter.
And this was the Fred base, which is the merino.
No, that's the Jane base,
which is the
merino.
Jane, Fred, Charles, all
Jane
those names are
is
confusing
the merino
to me. This
nylon
is the
blend.
Jane base.
And I am waiting for the Charles base, which is the merino cashmere nylon.
This was the workhorse blend, and Sheila got that. And like I said, I love the colors of it. I'm a little disappointed you can see really well on this side. The pink stripe didn't go all the way around. So that was kind of sad. And the contrasting color is Spinning Fate's Shiva sock in the Vintage Valentine's colorway, which was dyed exclusively for Knitting's My Bag when she did her Valentine's Day Bag and More kit. So, and I have plenty of this left, so I'll be able to make, a whole other pair of socks or a shawlette or something. I just used it for the color work and the heel and the toe. So that's the finished one, and I am this far done on the second one. You can see this is where the afterthought heel is.
I was gonna ask.
It's gonna come in. I use purple.
Oh, I can't see.
It's hard to see that it's purple, but you can see it. It's right here. It's like a purple silk blend. It was what I had lying near me when I did it. I am a wimp, so I'm not going to do color work on this one. And I have, let's see, I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I have about 5 more stripes before I'm finished, so I'm almost done with this sock. Somebody gave me a really good suggestion. They suggested that I turn the sock inside out and knit the color work in reverse in purl and wrap it on the outside. But I can't go through the possibility that it's not going to fit on my leg again. I just can't do that. I don't think that color work on socks is for me. I knit too tightly for it to be feasible. It's not like a mitten where the heel is a really big piece of the anatomy, and my color work struggles to go over a heel. So I'll just have one stompy dinosaur sock and one plain sock. So I'm okay with that. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. If you are joining the color knit along, this would be the perfect kind of a project for that, because you could do what I did and just knit one sock with color work and one that's plain. And there's plenty of color work on there.
I forgot about that. We are having a knit along. It's stranded color work. It doesn't have to be anything bigger or anything. Somebody actually posted a picture. It was a little color work mouse.
Yeah, I saw that.
And all it had was a little about a ½ inch band of color work in it. So
yeah, something like that. This is a really cool idea too. You wouldn't even have to do 2 stripes of the dinosaurs. You could just do 1 stripe of the dinosaurs. I don't know, maybe I would do that on this other sock, but nah, I'm too lazy. So, yeah, I'm enjoying that. Check it out if you like color work on socks, or if you just want to do something different with the self-striping sock yarn. If you're sick of just knitting a sock, that's a really cute way to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's the Brachiosockus socks. The next thing I have on the needles, what's in this bag? This is my Knitting's My Bag Valentine bag that came with the yarn. Oh, my shawlette project. I have about 3 or 4 more inches. I'm almost to the halfway mark, and I made it narrower.
So you did rip out?
Yes, I did. I ripped it out again, but I am not going to rip it out anymore because I am happy with this length. This is how wide I want it to be.
I'm going to just stretch it out so you guys... Oh,
Can
I like
see
that.
It. Pull it up a little.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I want it to be longer so that you can drape it around your neck. That was my whole point with this. I knit it because I've been doing hand spinning, and I really like the way that it stripes vertically like that. I think that'll be really pretty, and I think if you did this in a hand spun yarn, it would be gorgeous. The edging gives you just enough interest so that it's not a boring thing, but it's just a garter stitch project, so it goes really smoothly. Like, I can fly through it. I have one stitch marker. I don't have to pay attention to the directions anymore, and it's cranking right along. And I think I worked out that I was going to need 18 points on here.
For the length before you start decreasing?
For the middle. No, to the middle of the work, and then I will start the second half of the shawl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. So I have about 8 more points to do. So it'll probably be about this much longer, and then I'll be in the middle of the shawl, and I'll start working the second half, and I'll decrease after I have 18 more points. So let's see, that'd make a total of 26 more points until I start decreasing for the edge. So it's going to be quite long, enough that you could drape it around and maybe attach it with a shawl pin, but give that really pretty striped look and the little interest of the pointy edge. So I'm enjoying this. As soon as I have it all the way knit, I will send it out to test knitters. I have some people lined up who are willing to do it. Hopefully they're still interested because it's been a while since.
No, I keep looking at that, and I think my purple socks at Rock from my first group.
It would look really good in it.
It would be.
And I don't think it will be like the torturous knit that you had. It's way... There's not...
That's right.
There's... The only thing that you do, literally, yarn overs, knit togethers, and there is a bind off periodically. We don't have to cast on anything.
I think now that I think about it, the Saroyan, that's all garter stitch. Yours, Saroyan's was not. And I think that's what probably...
It just, you crank right through it. It's
well, there was a couple things with Saroyan that just weren't going to
So that's my shawlette pattern. I'm knitting it in US 4 3.5 millimeter needles, and I am using String Theory hand-dyed caper sock in the Ruby Slipper colorway, and I think I'm going to call this the Ruby Slipper shawlette just because I love the colorway so much. As I've told people a million times, caper sock is my favorite yarn base. It's a cashmere merino blend, and it's gorgeous. So that's the shawlette. And then I'm still working on the Creature Comforts cardigan, which is in my giant sweater bag. I got a lot done on this week. I had like a 2-week period where I neglected it, and then I cranked on this. I am more than halfway done with the width of the back.
So is that all? No, that's a cardigan. So that's the back and the fronts, right?
Yeah, this is it's kind of weird. It's like a giant triangle, and you fold the ends together like this. I mean, a giant rectangle, and you just fold the ends together like this, and then put the sleeve out of it. So it's kind of just a big drape. It's like a shawl with arms. I would put it that way. It's not really a cardigan. It is a Madeline Tosh design, and it is available for $6 on Ravelry. It was gifted to me by Whimsical Rain during my recovery, and I'm really enjoying knitting it. And it is knit out of Madeline Tosh Vintage in the Byzantine colorway, which I love. And hopefully I'm not going to have problems with it. I know a couple of podcasters have been saying recently that their Mad Tosh Vintage has pilled like son of a bee.
Really?
Yeah. And I hope that's not true because I have loved knitting with this so much, and it would be devastating if it pilled. It's not pilling right now as I work with it, but that's really not an indicator. So if you've knit with Madeline Tosh Vintage, let me know in the thread if yours has pilled or not, because I will just be heartbroken if that's the case. But I'm enjoying that a great deal. And I knit I think I knit like 7 or 8 inches of that.
Oh, wow.
So it was quite a bit. Like I said, I was revolving through my patterns. And then I have something new on the needles. I told you last week that I saw that my friend Diane in Oz was knitting something new.
Did you meet her for coffee on Monday?
I did have coffee with her.
Did she finish hers?
No, she got
Is she still waiting for a ball?
Yes.
Mm.
She's waiting for another ball of yarn. The one that I had that I thought she could use was not the right color, which we kind of thought, but you know. So it's called In the Pink, and it is by Izzy Knits, and it is free on Ravelry, and that's what the shawlette looks like. I'm sorry that that's such a sad picture, because if you do it in the long colorways of a Zober ball, you get, it looks like a galaxy. I went, as soon as I saw Diane's last week, I went out.
Yours looked brown for a second there.
Oh, no, it's black, white,
I
and gray.
know, but when I looked at it, it looked brown. That's weird.
So after I saw Diane's, I went out and I immediately ordered 2 skeins of this from Simply Sock. It came right away. The only thing that was weird about Simply Sock is I did get an order confirmation. I didn't look at it closely, but I never really got a shipping confirmation, but the order confirmation might have included the shipping notice, and I just didn't notice.
There are some places that I get order confirmations and never get shipping.
But it came right away. Like, it was very quick service. Their prices were right on par with every other place that sold Zober ball, and they had a nice selection. I've used them before. They're nice. So I'm picking mine. This is the grayscale, black, gray, and white. And I have done the very center of the first motif, so not really much to do. I didn't do a lot of it. It required me to do a circular cast on.
It's a circular cast on.
Well, it's this way that you do it so there's like a drawstring in the middle, and I had done it before, but I couldn't remember how to do it.
So that you can close up the hole?
So that you can close up the hole, and you can see, if you look at mine, you can see the hole in the middle, but if I pull on the, where is the drawstring? Here we go. If I pull on this drawstring, it'll shut.
Oh, all right.
See, it relaxes when it's, but when I finish it and weave in the ends, you can see then I can make the hole really small. And it's not a difficult thing to do, the circular cast on. If you Google circular cast on, it'll come up with a couple of videos. You can either do it with a knitting needle or a crochet hook. I use the knitting needle version, but unfortunately, I don't know if this is true for the crochet version because I didn't have a crochet hook with me when I did this. The knitting version only makes it easy to do if it's an odd number of stitches, and this required 8 stitches. So I had to knit into the front and the back of the last stitch to increase it on my first row.
Interesting.
So it might be a little wonky looking because of that, but frankly, I don't care that much.
Middle of a shawl.
This is a really simple knit. It looks complicated. The only complicated thing, Diane told me, she put together, you knit 3 separate motifs, and then you join them together, and then you knit the edging on. That's how the structure of the shawl works. She had it was tricky getting the 3 motifs together, but the 3 motifs knit up really quickly. So that I'm working on motif number 1. That's the center motif. Okay. And so far it's just black. It hasn't had any color change yet. It's a long color change. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. That was my little new project. It was one of those things. I saw when I saw the one that Diane was knitting, it was primarily blue. She's doing hers in like the dark blue version. But the piece she was knitting was primarily blue, and I was like, if you looked at this, you'd be like, whatever, and it was kind of messy. But then when I saw, she showed me on her iPad some of the different versions that people had done with Zober ball, and I was like, oh my god, I have to knit that. Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever wear it, but it's just so pretty I had to knit it. Right. I really like the way that it looks. I'm knitting it on size US 6 4mm needles, and like I said, this is the Zober ball. I'm trying to see if it has a colorway. It does not say. It's in, no, it doesn't really. Oh yeah, Schotten. I don't know what Schotten means off the top of my head. Wait, I can probably tell you. Schotten. I'm just going to punch it into my computer here. Schotten. What is it? Shadow.
That makes sense.
This is Shadow, the Shadow colorway. Glad that we looked that up. So yeah, I think it's going to be really fun, and I'm going to enjoy working on it, and hopefully you'll see some more progress next week. And that's all that I currently have on the needles.
I finished my ear.
She has a PhD. Sort of. It's very nice. Little ear. Put it on the head so we can see how it looks on the head. So, like, there's the head. There's the ear. Oh, that's going to be so cute. I love it.
It's going to be a pain in the butt to seam.
I like how the brown looks with that sock yarn.
Yeah.
And it looks really pretty.
It's going to be a brown face.
It's a good blend. I like it. Very cool.
Hopefully the recipient will like it as well.
I think the recipient will like it a great deal.
Yes, I agree.
I think the colors are good for the recipient.
Yeah.
So
I do have a finished object, as you must guess that because I didn't mention my socks. I finished them.
They look so good.
So these are Wendy socks, the Lotus Flower by Wendy Dietz Weber.
Weber Dietz.
Sorry. Whatever.
By Penny Wenny.
Penny Wenny. This is the sock that is almost written towards pattern. It's toe up with the blossom going up. I did do extra rows in between the blossoms.
Which you can easily do by just adding a few rows.
It just makes it spaced out a little bit more. I did do a few more rows of the slip stitch before and after I did the short row heel, and that made it fit. I think my short row heel, I started even, it might have been an inch before my heel instead of 1.5 inches that I think you suggest.
Yeah, I can.
I don't remember, but I knit a little bit longer just because I know this draws in.
It does draw in. I give instructions in the pattern about different ways you can adjust it. That's one of them.
And then I didn't do the twisted ribbing.
She doesn't like twisted ribbing.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I have to be in the mood for it. So I didn't do that here. So this is the toe-up version with the very stretchy bind-off. And I really love how the colors come out. Blue Moon's Fiber Arts Socks that Rock medium weight, and the Jingle Bell Rock. My project page, I think it's called Jingle Blossom.
Jingle Blossom, that's a good name.
This one is the top-down version where I did the twisted cast
German
twisted cast on. It doesn't give the same stretchiness as the bind off of the toe up. You can see that they're a little bit different, but they're cuffs. I'm not worried about it. I did 2x2 ribbing, and I did the exact same thing, same numbers and everything, except for the blossom is going down. So it kind of looks more like a dragonfly.
Yeah, I like it.
I did as much as I could I did the same heel. Thank goodness for patterns, because all you have to do is count the pattern repeats.
I know.
So I don't know if you remember, guys, that I had messed up on the count where I had to add a stitch.
Yeah.
So I'm so anal about it that I even decreased a stitch where I added the stitch on the other. Yeah, I'm a Fruit Loop like that. And then I just did a regular decrease for the toe.
Came out great.
Yeah, I really like it. And when you put the two together, you really can't notice the blossoms.
I kind of love that they're two different socks.
If you really look at it, it's like fraternal twins, but the stripings came out really nice, almost
very similar.
It's not as red as it shows on the screen. Actually, if anything,
our screen is redding out today. I don't know why.
Well, I was gonna say if anything, it's more green. But if you look on the other side, looks like the red one on one side and the green one on the other.
I know.
But
I love how it came out. It looks very Christmassy.
Yeah, I just love that when you put them together like a regular sock. Excuse me. They're really a thick pair of socks.
Yeah, I love Blue Moon Fiber Arts medium for socks. It wears like steel.
It really does.
That and Collinette Jitterbug, same kind of feeling to it. It's heavy.
Yeah, my son steals my socks out of my drawer, but he knows he can only wear certain ones because he wears them really bad. I won't give him my Blue Moon Fiber Arts because they're mine. Besides, they're not his colors. They're kind
Yeah.
of purpley. And then these are the only other ones that I have. But he keeps stealing the calling it jitterbugs at your mom. And I let him because he can wear them. And the only reason I'm letting him do this is because in about a month he's going to outgrow
It'll be too big. Yeah, and then you won't have to worry about
Well,
it.
that and the fact that he's not getting, I told him he's not getting any more socks until he settles down.
Well, yeah, because although if you knit them, you can just wear them. But once he goes
They're a
past your
little
shoe
bit big,
size,
yeah.
once he
And
goes past your shoe size, then it's not worth it.
well, and my husband doesn't wear the ones that I make for him, so.
Yeah.
Well, I can always hold them for Zach, because Zach definitely will wear them too.
Yeah.
I'm sure as soon as Zach fits into my size.
I love how that came out, and so if you want, I don't like to do a toe-up sock. You can definitely use
Yes,
my pattern to
I'm
knit
sorry.
a cuff down.
Somebody, I keep forgetting who asked, and they keep telling me who asked.
Schmoopy or Snooks?
Might be Snooks.
Snooks. It's one.
This
of
is what it
Schmoopy
looks
or
like.
Snooks, one of the two.
This is what it looks like. Cuff down. You can do a regular short row heel, or you could do, if you're familiar enough with it, you could do a gusset heel.
Yeah, you could do any.
Because really, the heel doesn't make a difference. It's just, or an afterthought heel. You could do any heel you want.
Yeah.
But this is what the pattern looks like. You can't really do the pattern so that it looks like that. It just it's not. You can't do that.
You can't reverse engineer it because of the way
the slip stitches work, and you're creating.
But it looks equally good upside down, I have to say.
I do. I like it a lot. This would definitely be a pattern for a variegated yarn that I would do again.
Yeah, it's fun.
Maybe not on size 1s, because my fingers are killing me. But that's a whole other story.
Whenever I knit with Blue Moon's medium weight, I knit with the 2.
I know, but I want them to last.
I don't know. Mine have always lasted.
I know. I'd rather.
Blue Moon's is a hardware and sock yarn.
I'd rather
I have
just.
to say.
This is. So what did we figure out? How much?
It was way over, wasn't it?
This is how much I have left.
Sheila and I weighed. She thought she had a bigger skein.
Well, the label says I had 350 yards. I think is what.
It was like 370 or 380.
No, it was. It ended up being 170 grams. Was it 170?
Yes.
It was like 170 grams. And it was supposed to be 100 gram. No, 130.
30, yes.
So
we
it was a
double
40
checked
gram
on my
over.
scale.
And this is how much I have left, and I think that's how much I have left of my other Blue Moons.
Yeah. So very generous yardage on the Blue Moon.
So
very generous.
And that is rate my date. That's all I got.
All right, and
I
took
have about a month and a half.
Nothing to rate because I thought this would be done by today, but it isn't because I totally slacked on it last night.
And I'm casting on for my second year.
Whirlwind Romance. Again, I have nothing. I haven't spun.
Any reason why?
Well, because the first time I spun for 5 hours and I totally messed my leg up, and now I'm kind of afraid to do it again.
2.5 hours at a time.
I know. I have to get back into it, and I will. Also, I have to do physical therapy, and it sucks up a lot of my free time. It's about an hour and a half of therapy a day. When I go to the physical therapist, it's only half an hour because she totally whips me into shape. But when I do all the sets of exercises that I'm supposed to do every week, it takes me about an hour and a half. That's kind of cut into my free time.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So no Whirlwind Romance. Future dates. Do you have a future date?
Just my French press slippers. I will go home. Actually, yeah. Today my goal when I leave here will be go home and wind them off the balls. I have 2 different colored purples that I'm going to use. The sews call for 3 strands, and there's a method to do that using 1 ball, but I'm just probably going to do 1 strand from one end, 1 from another, and then the third.
And then the third, yeah. That's what I would do.
And so that I have them ready, and I'll bring it to work with me.
Cool.
That's not so mindless because you have to watch the increases and decreases, but it will be quick. Because it's 3 strands on big needles. Yeah, it's going to
knit up fast.
And then after that, I think I want to do that Zanzi shawl, but...
Yeah, that's pretty.
I really like it in the yellow, so I think that's my problem, is I don't have any yellow yarn.
Might have to buy some yellow. I'm going to go to the sheeping wool.
Yeah, I don't need yarn, though.
Nobody needs yarn. Nobody needs yarn.
Although I have plenty, I have a nice Claudia hand-painted that's been marinating quite a bit in the stash.
Oh, there, you could use
So I might do that. It's a solid, nice blue denim. It's called actually.
Oh, that'll be pretty.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that because I'm trying to work on scarves for me because scarves I'll keep.
Yeah.
You know, this I like. I like this one.
I liked it more when it was big.
Yes, so did I.
But it's still good.
Nice. I like scarves, but they're also good that if I make too many of them, they're good as gifts.
They're good gifts,
well,
yeah.
So.
That's how I feel too.
Chalets are tough to wear because a lot of people don't know how to wear them.
That's why the one that I'm designing is more like a scarf because people do know how to do that, and the shape of mine is conducive to a good wrap around the neck.
Yeah.
You don't have to get that trick of draping it in a triangle in the front and not making it look strange.
Yep.
So
that's all I have for my future dates.
I only have one future date, and it's a secret knitting. Somebody asked me to design something for them, and I'm very, very excited about that. So we're working on that, and that's gonna happen way in the fall. But I'm just getting my ideas together now, waiting to see what the base yarn is going to be, and then it'll be fun.
Yeah,
I'm super excited about that. So that's my future date. Crushes and heartbreaks.
Well, I have a few crushes and heartbreaks, and I'm going to go into my husband's first. Nothing serious.
I know, I'm like...
Cam started his second new job it's got to be 3 or so weeks ago.
New job, number 2.
Yeah. This one's working out well.
Which is really new job. Old job.
Part do. So he's working different hours. He goes in for about 10 o'clock a.m. So he leaves our house about 9:30. And he doesn't get home until either 7 or 8:30, depending on what it is. He works in commodities. So basically he's got to wait for the stock market to close.
Right.
Wait for prices to balance out the day. And so it's been kind of a crush and a heartbreak because there are nights when I'm in bed because I have to go to bed for my work, and he comes home after I go to bed. He puts Max to bed, which is really just saying brush your teeth and go to bed.
Yeah.
And then he'll wake me up to go to work, and I kiss him goodnight, and I go off to work. Then I come home the next day. He's up. He gets the kids to school, which has been really good.
But you go to bed.
And I go to bed. So we've been 2 ships passing in the night.
Yeah.
Not all days. But the crush about it is like today he was home, we were home, and we just sat and talked. It's like the morning is really kind of nice. Neither one of us are tired because we've woken up. We're able to sit and chat.
There's no kids.
There's no kids. It's almost like we're on a date for 2 hours.
That's cool.
But we're not going anywhere. We're just sitting, having coffee, talking. He's doing some things. I'm doing some things. And it's really nice. No kids. We're not tired. We're not sitting in front of the TV vegging out. It's been kind of nice. So it's crush and heartbreak. It's kind of, it's an adjustment because he's not home for dinner. We always used to sit around the table and talk about our day, and we still do. It's just different without him. And I kind of been getting a little lazy. Meals are there, but like last night I really didn't want to cook, so we had leftovers. The kids, they'll eat anything. So I just made sure I had a good meal for him to come home to. And I had cereal. And I'm okay with that.
And the other really good part of it is they have their good insurance back, and that's huge.
That's really the thing, and you know, the commute's a lot less than it was his other new job. But so it's been an adjustment. I miss him. If anything, though, I have to say it's making our relationship a little bit stronger because we are getting these 2 hours alone
to spend
like
together.
A date. It's like, yeah, we're not worrying about the kids sleeping. It's really an interesting thing. And so it's been kind of nice. I miss them, at night, but, hopefully that'll change too with my hours at some point getting less. Doubtful. But another thing, this is a crush and a heartbreak. I've been reading the series this week by Susan Mallery. It's Mallery. And she's a contemporary romance writer. And the series is about 3 brothers. And a sister, but right now I just read the 3 brothers. Well, I've been reading them, and it's more emotional than anything. They're not really smut. But the last one I finished, I went to bed late last night because I had to finish it. But one of the characters, not a main character, one of the main characters' sister had hepatitis C and was waiting for a liver transplant. I hate the books that just throw a loop into you. If anyone has read Susan Picault's My Sister's Keeper, don't go based on the movie. If you read the book, you'll know exactly what I mean. about a twist that just you're like,
That-
what?
Yeah. I cannot read
Her
Jodi
books.
Picoult. I can't.
They're
They're too heart-wrenching for me to read.
I read that one, which I read, I think, when Zachary was going through his cancer treatments, which, was fool on me, but it actually made me treat Max differently.
Yeah.
If anyone reads that book, or even the movie. I mean, you get a basis of the movie, but the book is so much better. Then his doctor recommended me reading one of her other ones again. It's Handle with Care. It's about a little girl who's got that brittle bone disease.
Mm-hmm.
But again, she wanted me to read it for the siblings aspect.
Right.
And they're tough reads. They're very emotional, but My Sister's Keeper, the ending to the movie is not the same as the ending to the book at all. Better yet, Friday Night Knit Club, another one that just throws you off. Like, what?
What just happened?
So this one threw me off, and I was in tears at the end of the book.
Oh, that's so funny because I was up late reading a book that I've read before.
Oh yeah, most of my books have been
weeping.
rereads.
I bought the Harry Potter books on they're now
Did you finish the
they're now
book 7?
I did.
Don't tell me,
I'm not gonna tell you what happens. I'm just telling you. There's a part in book 7 that I cry at every single time that it happens. It's not even a sad part. I just cry at it every time. But yeah, I bought them. If you like the Harry Potter books and you own a Kindle, you can now get them in Kindle format from Pottermore website. You buy them on the Pottermore website, and then there's an option where you can link it to your Amazon account, and it shoots it over there. So that's what I did when I got them, I think the week after my surgery, I bought them all. I bought the set. You can buy the set for like $56 or something.
It's usually less than...
I reread those books like every year, and I have to tell you, I was getting real tired. Well, I should first admit to you that I have them all in hardcover because I bought them all like the day after they were released. But then I also have them in paperback because when I reread them, the hardcover is so giant, it's really hard to read with. But even the paperback, now that I have a Kindle, I'm like, oh man, a paperback, I can't even deal with this.
Well, that's one of the other things. I've been, the year Zachary had his transplant, we got some really nice gifts from people. One of them was the iPad. It was given to us. So that year, I had saved my money, and we had a $75 gift card to Amazon, so I bought Cam a Kindle. I was getting the iPad and let me get him a nice Kindle. I wish I had waited, 6 more months, and they came out with a better version. But anyways, so we got him a Kindle. So I've been using his Kindle, actually, to read a lot of my books. The only problem I've noticed is the Kindle, I think I have second or third generation, so small. You have to turn the pages more frequently than if you were to read a book like this where you're reading. You know what I mean? So for me, that's part of the reason why I haven't been able to knit as much. It's because I'm flipping that.
Yeah,
but I love it.
I use the second to smallest font. I have the Kindle Touch. You have to understand, I had a second generation Kindle. It died 2 months after the warranty expired, and it was horrifying to me. And I complained, and Amazon actually reimbursed me for it, even though it was outside of warranty. They gave me the $300-some that my husband paid when it first came out. So I bought a $70 refurb because you can't really buy the second generation Kindle anymore, and I wanted the same one that I had before. And it died. It's been a year. But not only did I have like $113 in Amazon cash from my credit card, but I had already, I bought the
Kindle has also come down quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I think mine was I got the Kindle Touch. Excuse me, I didn't get the one that has no ads. I got the one with ads, but I got the one that has the free.
What do you mean the ads?
There's like a little ad that comes on the screen. I have the free 3G, so that no matter where I am in the world, I can download books. Yeah. That was my big thing. I really wanted that. I didn't need a Kindle Fire because I have an iPad, and really, I can do everything on the iPad that I can on the Fire.
Now, the Kindle Touch that you have, is it that ink that they use?
Yes, it's not
whatever ink. It's
e-ink.
E-ink.
Yes,
so you can read it.
It's just like my old one, except that it's smaller. It's about this big, and it's a touch. So instead of pressing a button to do the screen, I hold it like this, and my thumb goes like that, and I just.
The one thing I noticed with Cam's Kindle is I I think your first one, where were the buttons to move the pages? Were they on the side?
They were on the side.
And I noticed that if I set it down, because for some reason I always don't want to touch the screen, although I can touch, but when I set it down, I end up either forwarding the page one or back, and I'm like, ugh. But
well, the bad thing with the Kindle Touch is if you touch, like if I'm holding it with this hand and I touch too close to this side, it goes backwards a page. And God forbid, if you like drag your thumb, it'll go back like 3 pages. So I've had to relearn how I do it. But I'm really enjoying it. The ads are very unobtrusive.
You'll have to show me afterwards.
I will. I'll show you. I got a skin for it that matches my computer. It's really cute. I have the Van Gogh flowering almond theme going on. So yeah, I totally love that. But I was crying over, I had finished the last one and I was crying over it last night.
And here's the thing about which I've read all the Harry Potter books.
Except for the last one.
I have been on the middle of the last book. I think I'm at, well, I'm not going to say because I don't know who reads it, but I'm in the middle of the book and I even had it on audio and I can't go any further. And I'm not sure why. I think it's because I don't want it to end, but my son has been watching the movies recently that makes me want to at least finish the book and maybe reread them. I am trying to get him to read them.
They're such good books.
He's 11 years old, 11 and a half. There should be no reason why he can't read them.
I know a lot of people out there online talk about how J.K. Rowling isn't really a good writer, but her English, the English that she writes in, or her writing style, maybe people have problems with that, but I have to tell you,
the story,
the fantasy world that she created, I think is just wonderful.
Yes.
I find her characters to be so
real.
Yeah, they're like real people to me. So I just really love those books. I just think
that the whole, exactly, the fantasy part of it,
the whole wizarding world thing is just really
makes you really wonder if it's real.
I know. You feel like it could be real. Like, you don't really have to suspend your disbelief that far, So I've really enjoyed rereading those. Do you have any other crushes?
No, I think that's enough, as we've talked about 15 minutes on that one.
I have a crush. I went to my surgeon for my 6-week follow-up for my knee.
Been that long already?
Yeah, I know. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but actually to me it feels like it's been way longer.
Yeah, I know.
But it's my 6 weeks. I went on Monday, and he said that my knee is completely full range of motion. And it's completely stable. They do this test where they hold your leg and they like wiggle your knee a certain way. And before my leg was like, and now it was normal, like my other leg. And he said, it feels really good. I've healed way faster. I'm like way ahead of schedule, which is not surprising to me because I guess my mom has this too. We heal really fast. But he says that I'm in a danger zone because I healed so quickly. Everything feels so good. But my bone still needs 2 or 3 more months to fully heal. So this is the time period when I can totally mess things up.
Because you're not thinking.
Yeah. He said, your tendons feel great. Your muscles feel great. Everything feels good in there. But the pins holding the stuff in your bones, those are they're not permanently in your leg yet. They're just held in there by, I don't know, God intention. I don't know. Magic. No, the bone needs to regrow. And the screws need to resorb, and that takes 2 or 3 more months. So he said, I don't need to wear the brace, which I'm so glad about because I hate that thing. I don't need to use the cane. I should try to walk as normally as possible. But he doesn't want me to overdo during physical therapy because he's afraid I'm going to rip him out. So I have to be careful. But he said, actually, I should only go to physical therapy every other week. But I'm going to go every week because I need to be kicked in the butt like that. But
but you don't want them, like he said.
I'm not going to do the hardcore physical therapy that they do with me once a week, every day. I don't. In fact, the day after physical therapy, I don't do my physical therapy because I let my leg rest because they do push me. I think we're going to be getting on the elliptical this week, so I'm really excited about that because I am really sick of riding the stationary bike. It's not my favorite workout, and I don't even know if you can call it a workout because right now I ride it with no resistance. That's the rule. So it's just like my legs are going around.
Yeah, but that's all they want you to do right now.
It's just to keep my tendons loose and to get me range of motion.
Right.
So, but I already have range of motion, so I don't know, it's kind of pointless. But anyway, I'm very excited about that news. Yesterday was my first full day without using any assistance to walk. And I told Sheila, my other knee hurts. And I think it's because I have to walk funny. I have to really compensate for my other leg without having a brace or cane to like take. So I don't know. I'm like, Jim said, my husband said, I hope you didn't wreck your other knee. I was like, I think I would know if I had injured it that way. My knee is just tired and sore.
Yeah, your muscles are being used a little bit more or
and
differently.
I am gone back. I'd say I've fallen back like a week's worth in how tired I am at the end of the day, because you just don't realize how much work you're putting into it until the end of the day when I feel like I did when I was pregnant. You know how exhausted you would feel? That's how I feel by like 6 o'clock. I'm done. So, and anyway, that's my crush. Baubles and Bling.
We both have the same Baubles and Bling.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show that.
Thank you to Candyland on Ravelry. She sent us. I have to get there. Basil, the Brontosaurus.
The Boogie Woogie
Brontosaurus by Rebecca Danger. And what's funny about this?
Isn't he cute? Basil. He's stripy.
I love the yellow one. He is. You don't have to do him stripy, but
he's so cute stripy.
There is one who did variegated and solid that looked really cool. What is funny about this is we were talking after we recorded last week how we loved this and how we wanted to get it. Well, no sooner do we finish that, I get home, it's waiting for me.
Yeah, me too. And I was like, it's like candy was totally in our heads.
Yeah.
So thank you, Candy.
Thank you, Candy. We really appreciate it.
That was so weird. It was like, wow.
I know, when I saw
it,
I'm
our
like,
lips to Candy's ear.
Well, what was funny, I'm like, did we mention it on the podcast? And if we did, it couldn't be up that quick.
I know, it hadn't even gone up because I hadn't done it. It was totally
it was just
weird.
So weird, but thank you so
what a
very
coincidence.
much.
Thank you, we love it.
And then, other than that, yeah, I got nothing. No
she
yarn.
Still doesn't have
waiting.
her yarn.
Last thing is, last I heard was through someone else that she's doing another big batch this Friday, supposedly. And there's a very long list. So my guess is the Charles base was the more popular of the bases because of the MCN.
Oh, probably.
And that is Tammy's favorite base. So that's probably from Proverbial Knitter.
Yeah.
So that's probably why it's more popular. And I've come to realize that I will get I think it's going to be my third shipment of Blue Moon Fiber Arts. But it will be 2 shipments in the time I ordered this yarn. I will have received my 3rd shipment of Blue Moon Fiber. Well, I'm taking a guess. Blue Moon Fiber Arts should be shipping within the next week or so.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll get a double shipment again.
But I do know, we can tell you viewers out there who have ordered this yarn and have not yet received it, that some people have received theirs, so it is on its way.
She's doing it based on time frame of ordering. Like if you ordered it, I remember when I posted it, but I don't remember when I actually, I could look at my PayPal account when I actually paid for it. So what I did is I posted that I wanted one. I just may not have paid for it right away because I was probably waiting for funds.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah. That saga is almost ended.
It will never
The saga of the, I love Fred yarn. Right here.
And, I should probably knit with it when it comes in, or I'm probably not going to touch it.
You might need to let it marinate until the bad feelings pass off.
I don't know. We'll see.
So that's the update on that. I have one Baubles and Bling. I've enjoyed knitting this stripy sock. This is the first time I've used self-striping sock yarn.
I can't believe that, though. Really?
I know. It didn't appeal to me before.
Oh.
I don't know why. I guess because when I knit socks before, I always did something really detailed.
A pattern, yeah.
I never just knit a plain vanilla sock.
I knit plain vanilla all the time.
I never do, but because I think it's boring. But with the stripy, it's not boring because you're like, I'm just gonna knit one more stripe, one more stripe, one more stripe, and pretty soon you have a whole sock.
I see. I think that why to me vanilla has never been boring is because I can do other things while I'm doing it. Like I can actually walk around the mall and knit a plain vanilla
but
sock.
If I'm gonna knit plain vanilla so that I can do something else, it wouldn't be a sock.
Yeah, see,
it would be a sweater.
Yeah, to me it's a
sock. Because I'm a sweater person. But anyway, because I loved this so much, I went out and I was looking at different self-striping sock yarns, and I got this gorgeous purple and green from White Iris Yarns, and this is her business card.
She had some really pretty colors.
Yes, she is on Etsy, White Iris Yarns, And this is green-breasted mango. And I looked it up because I thought it sounds like a bird. And
It
it
does
is,
sound
in
like a
fact,
bird.
a kind of a hummingbird.
Is it?
Yes, it is. That is green and purple.
Oh, okay.
Good
I
to
can
know.
picture that now.
Yeah, it's
that.
really pretty. I looked it up because somebody asked me if it was a bird. I think Diane and Oz asked me if it was a bird. This is 400 yards. It's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, so it will be good for socks. And it's got this nice twist that I really like. And I think the colors are beautiful. I really like them. There's every once in a while there's a little splash of yellow in it, which I kind of love.
Yeah.
Where the green didn't really go all the way in. And I think it's really pretty. So I am thinking, since I did the Brachiosockus and it had that little twist on it with the color work, and since I showed the one by Virginia Rose jeans, who I said should marry Mr. Green jeans. She did that vanilla latte sock that was stripy but had the twist of some
pattern,
some seed stitch or some interest to it. I'm thinking of designing my own sock that has a twist to it that would be for self-striping sock yarn. So I'm going to use this to knit it in. That will be another future date down the road someday. But I just thought that was so pretty. Isn't that pretty? It's very Halloween-y. So but that's it. I have to say this. Thank you to Knitting's My Bag, who has a shop on Etsy. I always talk about her because I have her bags. She was lucky enough to get a custom order slot from Fiber Nymph Dye Works. And I have a little sad story. So 3 weeks ago, Lois got this Fiber Nymph's custom order, and she's been looking at it. She hasn't really seen anything that screams out to her. Meanwhile, last Friday, I'm on the phone with Sheila, and we happened to catch an update. Like, we're there before the update goes live. So she's F5ing to find out when the update goes, and I'm watching the end of Fiber Nymph's podcast to see if she mentions exactly what time it's going to go live, and it goes live. And there was 2 skeins of a sock yarn on there that I had to have, and it was called Soft Kitty, and it's based on the song that Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, his mother sings him, soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. So the name of it made me want it, and the colors made me want it. And so Sheila tried to grab it from me. Literally, it went live. She clicked on the thing, sold out.
But I even tried to grab the bounce.
Yeah, sold out. So I'm telling Lois this tale of woe. I'm like, I was so close. I've never caught a Fiber Nymph update before. That was the first time it ever happened. And she said, I have this custom. I haven't really seen anything that screams out to me. Why don't I give you my custom order? And you can order it and have Lisa invoice you. So she messaged Lisa, and I messaged Lisa, and I am therefore going to have my soft kitty in a few weeks.
Yay!
I'm very excited. And I believe it's self-striping. I don't even know. I just wanted it because of the name so much. But I believe it was self-striping, wasn't it?
Soft kitty?
Was it?
I don't even know.
We don't even know.
It's true. I don't even know.
If it is self-striping, I'll be excited. I got it in the sparkly colorway.
I don't know if it's self-striping. It didn't look, it might be, but...
Don't know. Hard to know. Look it up.
Well, I am. That's what I've been doing right now. Why is that not coming up?
Why do you keep getting Google?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. And then when I go back, it brings me back to Rebecca Danger. So something's going on.
Go to Fiber Nymph Big Cartel.
Well, that's what I did, but that's when I hit Big Cartel.
Click on the blue part.
I did. That's what it brought me. Okay. We'll figure it out.
Well, anyway, it may or may not be self-striping. I don't know, and I don't really care. I wanted it because I love the name so much. There we go.
There are some skeins still left in, by the way.
Yes, I think they're all DK. I don't know
how to...
Look at her sold stuff.
Yeah. There's no way to, not to my knowledge, is there a way to pull up some older stuff?
Oh, look at it on Ravelry.
I don't think she would have Soft Kitty yet.
No, I think people have it on there. But don't, If you want to look at it, it's on Ravelry. I know because I looked to see if anybody was willing to sell their soft kitty after we lost the update. I know. Who knows? You never know.
I don't think any of her stuff is on Ravelry yet.
I know that soft kitty is.
No, meaning to sell.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. No, people had some of her striping for sale. You can check it out. Not soft kitty, though. So anyway,
That's Baubles and Blings.
Gossip and Innuendo really quickly. I just want to remind everyone, New Hampshire Sheep and Wool in the Deerfield Fairgrounds is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the 12th and 13th. My family and I will be there on the 13th. If you're going to be there, let me know.
We won't because my dad and my brother are coming over to my house for Mother's Day.
But that is a part of the weekend of trifecta of gifts, which starts on the 11th. I'm going out with my husband for our anniversary. The 12th, we're doing something for my birthday, and the 13th, we're going to the festival for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And then I want to remind everyone also, Mass Sheep and Wool is coming up on May 26th and 27th at the Cummington Fairgrounds in Massachusetts.
And we should be there on Saturday.
We will be there. I will definitely be there on Saturday.
I plan on it.
She's planning on it.
I may be a little drowsy because I probably will be working on Friday. I'm not going to change my schedule on that. But I'll be there.
And
I'm just going to tell hubby.
Yeah, so that's our plan. And then we have to do a drawing for California Revival Knits. Oh, and I have a story about that. One of our viewers owns a printing shop in Alaska, and she heard how much it was going to cost me to have it printed and spiral bound, and she is doing it for me.
Nice. So the winner, we already did the...
We did the drawing.
The drawer was number 45, which was Tara 27.
From
Tara,
Buffalo.
From Buffalo, New York. And her favorite thing about that was the wrought iron mitt. So
yes. So I will
PM
go...
her.
Yeah, PM me that you heard about this.
So that we
and
know.
I will PM Cooperative Press to send you your copy of California Revival Knits PDF file.
Yeah, PM Wendy with your email address. So that
and I swear I'm not on the drugs anymore, so I will totally handle it. I am so sorry, Dingle Daisy. I don't know what happened.
I just want to say one thing for my gossip. I've given up coffee, and I know a few other people have mentioned that they've given up coffee. I have it maybe once a month, and I've noticed that my face isn't breaking out as much.
It might be
it might be the coffee,
the
cream, or the sugar. It could have been a combination of
caffeine
the stuff.
from the coffee might make any stress levels that you have higher,
right,
and that might cause your skin to be bad.
Not that I have any stress. No, no.
Just saying.
No. So on that note. We're done.
We're done. If you want to get in touch with us, our contact information is above Sheila's head.
Right up there. Don't pick my nose. If you want to join our Ravelry group.
Your friends. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
Ravelry that way. Cafe Press that way. Donation that way.
That way.
If
you watch us on iTunes, please leave an iTunes rating, us or any other podcasters, because we do use that feedback.
And our contact info can be found at knit1heart2.blogspot.com.
If you're watching on iTunes.
Draw something, people. I'm really sorry. I haven't been playing.
I'm on it, guys.
I'm on it. I just haven't been playing.
Dragonfly Source finally got mine to come up for her.
Oh, good. Her and I have been playing for a while. So I will get to it probably tonight. And on that note, good reads. Find me.
Have a great week, guys. Knit with heart. Bye.